Disclaimer, many of the games referenced in this video have already been covered in a brief history of Super Mario over on my channel, Foot of a Ferret. If you aren't super familiar with the Mario franchise or would just like a refresher, this video should bring you up to speed to about 2013.
And also I'm here! Hi!
Hello and welcome to another episode of A Brief History. Today's episode, Luigi. Ready, set, go.
July 14th, 1983. With the then little-known gaming company Nintendo having hit it big with their arcade classic Donkey Kong in 1981, they decided to give the game's protagonist, Jumpman, a new apeless game. And for this game, Nintendo made three big changes to Jumpman's character and backstory. First off, they gave him a new name, Mario. They changed his occupation from carpentry to plumbing, and most importantly, they gave him a little brother named Luigi.
Essentially just a palette-swapped version of Mario, Luigi was created as the player 2 for the 1983 arcade classic Mario Brothers, in which players would assume the role of the brothers as they defeated enemies like turtles and crabs in an attempt to clear each board and rack up points. The Mario Brothers arcade cabinet was a moderate success despite being released during the North American video game crash of 1983, and has since been ported to everything from the NES and Commodore 64 to the Game Boy Advance and the Wii U.
So at this point, Nintendo was just starting to build up their reputation in the early gaming industry with Mario and Luigi as two of their biggest mascots. And by 1985, Nintendo fully revolutionized the industry with their first home console, the Nintendo Entertainment System. Our golden boy Luigi appeared in multiple games on this classic gray box, including the Mario Bros. Arcade port and the game-changing, side-scrolling platformer classic, Super Mario Bros.
But in these games, Luigi was only playable in multiplayer mode. It wasn't until the ever-controversial Super Mario Bros. 2 that Luigi was finally a playable main character in a single-player campaign. For the first time in this game, Luigi was depicted as being taller and thinner than his older brother and was given a higher jumping ability, both of which are defining characteristics of the Green Plumber today. But unfortunately, following Mario 2, Luigi returned to being nothing more than a green version of Mario in Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES and Super Mario World on the SNES.
That is until the early 1990s when Luigi was finally given his first starring role as the sole playable character of a video game. Finally, after almost a decade of being player 2, this was Luigi's time to shine. And between 1992 and 1994, game store shelves were stocked with 5 different versions of Mario is Missing, an educational Mario game developed by the software Toolworks for MS-DOS, Mac, and SNES, and by Radical Entertainment for NES.
In this game, you play as Luigi in his quest to save Mario from Bowser and stop Bowser's plot to flood the world by melting Antarctica with hairdryers. Yes, you heard me right. Back off Harry Potter and the Fault in Our Stars, there's a new modern-day literary masterpiece in town, and he's quite literally packing heat. You do this by traveling to different real-world locations, killing Koopas that can't even hurt you, taking tests, and picking up items from that location and returning them to their rightful place.
No thanks. Needless to say, Mario is Missing wasn't exactly a hit game despite selling decently well. In fact, in the years since its release, Mario is Missing and its companion game Mario's Time Machine have both become infamous among the gaming community for obvious reasons. Over the next few years, Luigi made virtually no appearances in the main Super Mario series, being completely absent in both Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine. Luigi played only supporting roles in games like Paper Mario, while most playable Luigi appearances were reserved for spin-offs like Mario Party, Mario Kart, and the various Mario sports games.
It was not until the early to mid-2000s that Luigi began to experience a resurgence in relevancy starting in November of 2001 with the release of Luigi's Mansion for the Nintendo GameCube. A launch title for Nintendo's 6th generation console, Luigi's Mansion was the second ever Luigi solo game, and thankfully this time around it wasn't an educational game.
Hallelujah! 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 In Luigi's Mansion, our little plumber boy finds out that he's won a mansion from a random contest that he's never actually entered. Upon arriving at the mansion, he discovers that not only is it running rampant with ghosts, but that one of these ghosts has kidnapped Mario and is holding him captive, ironically enough, inside a painting.
That's what you get for leaving me out of Mario 64. Ho ho! Are ye?
Anyway, it's now Luigi's job and therefore your job to explore the haunted mansion, become Peter Venkman, and suck up as many ghosts as you can in order to save your brother.
Despite its abundant charm, unique gameplay, and positive reviews, Luigi's Mansion was still not received well by some fans due to its strong departure from what was established in Mario 64. Not to mention the game would soon be overshadowed by 2002's Super Mario Sunshine, which, as we mentioned before, was completely lacking in the green-clad plumber brother department. Regardless, Luigi's Mansion still sold extremely well and is now a beloved cult classic to many.
So after finally having his time in the spotlight, Luigi was once again relegated to supporting roles and Mario spin-offs. That is, at least in terms of home console games. In the handheld gaming world, however, Luigi finally began to thrive, appearing as a main playable character in the 2001 Game Boy Advance remake of Mario 2, as an unlockable character in the 2004 remake of Mario 64, and 2006 New Super Mario Bros. Both on the Nintendo DS, and most notably, he was both a playable character and an integral part of the Mario and Luigi series of role-playing games.
Developed by Alpha Dream and introduced in 2003, Mario & Luigi was a series of Paper Mario-inspired turn-based RPGs in which the player controlled both Mario and Luigi. This sub-series began on the Game Boy Advance with a game called Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga and continued on the Nintendo DS in 2005's Partners in Time and 2009's Bowser's Inside Story. So despite not being the shining star like his brother, during this time period, Luigi was faring pretty well for himself.
Now between the mid-2000s and early 2010s, Mario is enjoying critical acclaim with the Nintendo Wii classics Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2, and the 3DS hit Super Mario 3D Land, all of which featured Luigi as an unlockable character in the single-player campaign. But outside of these games, aside from 2007's Super Paper Mario, Luigi was once again relegated to being nothing but Player 2, especially in Wii, 3DS, and Wii U iterations of New Super Mario Bros. But then in 2013, 30 years after the introduction of Luigi, Nintendo officially announced the time between March 2013 and March 2014 to be the Year of Luigi.
During this year-long birthday celebration, the world was given a myriad of new Luigi-centric titles for both Wii U and 3DS. On Wii U, you had Dr. Luigi, a variant of the Dr. Mario puzzle game series, a much more challenging remix of New Super Mario Bros. U known as New Super Luigi U, and Super Mario 3D World, which featured Luigi as a main playable character, sprawled as 8-bit sprite across tons of levels, and contained an unlockable version of the original Mario Bros. In which you could only play as Luigi. True, full circle redemption.
Then on 3DS, you had the latest installment in the Mario and Luigi franchise, subtitled Dream Team, and the true main event of the Year of Luigi, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, the highly anticipated sequel to the, by that point, 12-year-old GameCube title, Luigi's Mansion. All of these games received average to positive reviews and were an amazing tribute to one of gaming's most beloved yet neglected icons.
Luigi has always gotten the raw deal. He doesn't just live in his brother's shadow, he was created in his brother's shadow. But over the years, he has won the hearts of millions with his fantastic games and far more down-to-earth and human personality.
Where Mario is the unshakable hero, Luigi is the easily frightened and lovable, clumsy underdog, someone that a much wider audience can relate to and sympathize with, making him a much more well-rounded and interesting character. And while we have yet to see any new Luigi-centric games announced, I think it's safe to say that Mario's shadow over his brother is getting smaller and smaller. Thanks for watching, guys. DFTBA. Hey everybody, I'm Peanut Butter Gamer, and big thanks to Ryder and the Game Theory channel for allowing me to be here. I appreciate it. If you want to check out my channel, then you can click somewhere on the screen, or you can check out this video that I did about Mario is Missing. Seems sort of fitting. I didn't have anything else to say. Where's my check? Oh, jeez. I'm done. Oh, I'm a mess.
Yeah! Wah! Woohoo! Yeah! Ha ha! It's a me, Mario. Hello. Bye-bye. It's a Wario there. Mamma mia. Wah! Wario. It's a Waluigi. Ah! I don't know. I'll just tag all of that on the end. Or something. I don't care. I'll do something with that.